Hello guys, and welcome back to me channel. I haven't done a dramatic eye look for such a long time. When I say dramatic, I don't mean like rainbow eyes. I mean like dramatic as in, let's pull these babies back. I mean dramatic as in like a wing liner and heavy lashes. And I tried it yesterday for the first time again. I was like shook it. Like I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen you in a while. Like where have you been? Okay, now that we have our little hairs out of the way, I don't really prime my face. I already have SPF on. I'm just gonna get right into it. So I'm going in with the shade Medium from Shape Tape. This is my favorite setting spray. I have this everywhere. I literally go to Walmart and stack up. Like I went and I bought like 3 of them because I was like, I don't want to keep coming back and buying these little setting sprays. So the thing I had with the setting spray at first was a hate. I hated them so much. At first when I bought my first bottle, I was like, I hate this. This is a waste of $8. And now I've been reinvesting in them. Like this is probably my 15th bottle by now. And I'll tell you exactly why. You know how we do so many powders, like especially if you're the type of person that uses setting powder, translucent powder to set your face. It's just so powdery and it's not even cute, but this just melts everything. I've tried a lot. I like it way better than the all-nighter from Urban Decay. And I do have like a lot of red scars, so I'm just going to like tap it here with whatever I have left on my sponge. And then to contour, I'm going to use Hoola bronzer. I literally use this just to contour my nose because don't you hate that little spot? Like I hate that. Like if I can't use you Hoola, I can at least use you for my nose job. This is from Lorac. I just grab it going inwards from my brows, going inwards closer, and just draw the lines really close to each other. So I'm going in with a smaller brush and then draw a kind of like a line right here. I used to want a nose job really bad, but now I'm just like, makeup can solve this problem for us. And I'm just taking a little bit of Hoola bronzer and then I'm going like this. Also, I'm grabbing it to like define my what is this called? This is jawline. I don't know what this is called. Is it a jaw? Crap. And then kind of like going like this to sharpen and make this a little bit, to give it kind of like an illusion that it's pointy. You want to like really bronze up your face because you want to be a bronze goddess. Talking about wanting to be a bronze goddess, I must confess. So I'm going in with Huda Beauty and this is in the shade Banana Bread. I like this because it kind of has like a little cloth right there that holds the powder from just coming out. I feel short of breath already. I remember back when I was younger, I hated my skin tone. I hated being like brown. In my perspective when I was younger, my point of view growing up was that light-skinned girls were much prettier than dark-skinned girls. And I thought I was ugly because I was brown. Like, this is just a mentality I had as a little girl. I used to think that every single light-skinned girl was pretty, and that because I was brown, I thought I wasn't worth it. Like I just always wanted to be light-skinned. And now it's like my mentality has changed a lot from that. Like now I freaking embrace being brown. Like brown is beautiful. I remember having these 2 best friends in elementary that they were both light-skinned girls. They were Mexicans, but they were light-skinned girls, and they had like brown hair. They didn't have dark hair like I did. And of course I was different from them because I was a little brown girl and they were Mexicans but light-skinned girls, and they had brown hair, and I was like, oh my god, they're beautiful. So I remember this assignment we had in particular, like the teacher, I don't remember exactly what the assignment was about, but point is she had cut out like little circles or oval heads, and she made like 3 different colors. She made one like a dark brown, one that was medium, and one that was light. So I guess we had to like go and pick what shade of color we were and draw our faces on it. And I remember my friends, they obviously grabbed the light skin one, and I went to grab the light skin one, and my teacher was like, no, like she gave me that weird look, like, what do you think you're doing? And like I tried grabbing it so fast and like trying to get away with it, but like she literally stopped me, like, what do you think you're doing? And she's all like, that's not your color. And then she gives me the brown one, and I was like, I was so embarrassed. I felt humiliated. I can't even say that word. Humiliated. Oh god, you get what I mean. She's like, that's not your color, this is your color. And I was like, oh my god, like I felt so embarrassed, so ashamed. I felt like that was such a tragic, like I just hated it, and I never did like it until I reached high school. Like I still hated my skin color in middle school. Towards the end of, actually it was kind of a little bit after high school, or towards the end of high school, I started embracing like my skin color. Oh gosh, I went out of line right here. It wasn't until recently that I started to embrace myself for who I am. Like I hated my shape, my body shape for such a long time because girls are mean. I even had to talk to a school counselor because I was ashamed of my body. This was in high school, by the way. So this girl, there was always this one, like I was always told, oh my god, you're so skinny, like, oh, you're so skinny. But there was this one girl in particular that she would always come at me. Like she would be like,
oh my god, you're so skinny, your waist is like this tiny.
And dude, that drove me crazy. Like it would always bother me so much when she would say that. Like I was like, you're skinny too. And she's like, yeah, but you're like a bone. And I was like, oh my god, like I felt so insecure. Like, and then so I went to speak to a counselor. I was like, I'm not happy with my body shape, and I've tried every single remedy to gain weight. And like I was just there complaining about my body size. This is from the Morphe 3502 palette. I'm just gonna grab this right here. I did so many things to gain weight. I was the head of like my family, not like the head of my family, but like I was in charge of like coming home from school, because my parents would both of them would get off from work super late. Like they would be home by 6. And they were exhausted because my parents are farm workers. So like if you don't know, like farm work is freaking such a heavy work. Like I look up to farm workers so much because it's a lot of work. Like it's a heavy work. Like they work under the rain, they work under 100 degrees. It's just crazy. So like obviously like they would be super tired, and like I tried helping out because school's over. I would be home by 2:40, so like I would try to help out and cook. So what I did was, I'm gonna grab like a dark brown one right here, and then apply this down here. I always, no matter what look color I go for the most part, always apply a dark brown underneath the lower lash. And so yeah, that was, I would go home and I would try to, and I would cook. and I was harming my family by cooking foods with extra oil. Like, I would grab the vegetable oil and boom, pour it in the food as much as I can, and all because I was being selfish because I wanted to gain weight. And maybe I was probably harming my family, but I was just thinking about me. Like, if I could, I would try to eat hamburgers at least 3 times out of the week, pizza. I was trying to eat every single food that would help me gain weight. And then I went to the school counselor. I told her about it, and she was like, I'm gonna brush the translucent powder off. And she was like, why are you so insecure about your body? And I told her about the girl that always like tells me how skinny I am. And she's all like, you know, like, you just gotta accept yourself for who you are, and you can't be listening to people. Like, she's all like, I wish I had your body. Like, with all honesty, I wish I can eat and like never gain weight. It took me a while after that, like after we had talked. It took me like some time to like finally come to like realization that like this is who I am, and like I've tried the impossible to gain the weight. And like, I'm gonna set my face with this. I'm gonna go back with the same sponge and kind of press everything together. That reminds me of my brother. One time I went to the mall with my brother, and there was this skinny girl, like, you know, she was wearing a little cute dress and whatnot, and she worked there at the store that we went to. And he was like, look at that skinny girl. I was like, what's wrong with her? And he's like, you can tell she thinks she's all that. I was like, how? And he was like, the way she's standing, like, it's just, you can tell she thinks she's all that and she knows it. I was like, I don't think so. Like, you can't just assume skinny girls think they're all that, okay? Like me, look at me. I had insecurities for being skinny, and I'm not trying to brag about like, oh my god, we're skinny and we have issues. You know what? Everybody has issues. We need to learn that. Just because there's skinny girls that you think like, oh my god, they're perfect and whatnot, or like bigger girls, like, everybody has insecurities, you guys. Like, I don't care if you see the girl with the most perfect body. She's probably insecure about something. Like, everybody has insecurities. You can't just look at them and assume they don't. So just don't make assumptions over what you think or what you see. Lately, I've been loving this Carly Bible palette for highlight. I just grabbed all these 4 colors. And it's like an intense highlight. Like, look at that. I barely even grabbed any, and it's so intense. Forehead, just so that we have like a glow. This is Wet n Wild Black Noir. This stuff is super bomb. So the trickiest part about doing a wing liner is, now I have a dot right here. So let's see. Oh. So for lashes, this is my crazy spiderweb looking lash container. I'm going to be using these lashes. These lashes, I had no idea. I don't know if you guys know who Miss Crazy is, but she's a musician, a singer. I used to listen to her a lot back in my middle school days. I like to use Kiss Lash Glue. It's super affordable because I like to use affordable stuff. I don't like to spend over $30 on lashes. Like I said, any dark brown shadow would help with the lower lashes, but I love this one. This is from the Lorac Pro palette. This was my very first palette. I love this baby. I'm gonna grab this black and kind of drawing an eyeliner, but I only want to stay out here. This is from Morphe M506. Morphe M506. I love this part right here. Just my natural lip end right here, but I'm going to drag it a little lower than that, like that. And then same thing for the top part, a little bit above my natural lips. And then I'm going in with this Kylie liquid lipstick. I don't know the shade because the shade came off. And also my cousin gave me this liquid lipstick. She had already used it, but because I told her I freaking loved it, she let me have it. It is kind of like an orangey. Now I'm going to go in with NYX in the shade Stockholm, my favorite liquid lipstick. Just because I want to settle this orange. I don't want it too much. Like, I still want it there, but I don't want it too bright. And that is it for this look. I'm just going to do my hair, fix my hair off camera. So this is the final look. The dramatic wing liner, the dramatic lashes that I have not worn for a long time. I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Don't forget to comment, let me know what you guys think.